Hi there, I'm Karen Marie, and this is Psyched Up for Sunday, August 1st, 2021. So, for those of you who don't know me, I have been a professional psychic living here in Austin, Texas. I've been a professional since 1988. I've been in Austin since 1981. So, started doing professional readings here in Austin at psychic fairs and readings at the New Age bookstore back a long time ago when I was much younger. So anyway, been in this business for a long time. In the late 90s, I had my own radio show here in Austin on, and now it's a different station now. It was at the time it was 98.9 FM KJFK. It was an all talk format radio station, and I had a show on for an hour on Sunday nights. My show backed up to Art Bell's show, and that's kind of why I'm partial to Sundays back in the day when I was doing my radio show here in Austin. So, anyway, I do psychic readings. I'm a channel, I'm an empath. I use tarot and astrology. I also do house clearings and past life regressions and rebirthing, and I help you develop your abilities if you would like those services. So I'll put a link to my website and that stuff underneath this. So, for those of you who do know me, you're like, where has she been? What's been going on? So, I'm a single mom. So, my work has been part time for the whole time I've done my work because my front and center stage in my life has been raising and homeschooling my six children. My oldest will be 35 in December, and my baby just turned 18 in April. So, and the baby is the one that's homeschooled his whole life. His five older siblings all transitioned into school at some point, and those five have all graduated from high school, and three of those have college degrees as well. So my homeschooling hypothesis back when I was following my intuition into the raising of my children proved um, just I don't know. I'm just so proud of my children. That's where my fortune really shows up. So they've been front and center in the whole of my life, especially as a single mom. And so with the baby just having turned 18 and he's studying for his GED right now. He's a musician, so he's the one who didn't want to take a school route because it would cut into his practice time. He plays about 7 instruments. So anyway, I just gave myself some time off. I deserve it, right? After 35 years straight of nonstop parenting, like who does that? Who raises children for 35 years straight, especially doing it by themselves? So I figured I deserved a little break. And so I gave myself one. That's basically the bottom line where I've been enjoying some downtime. Of course, when for me, I'm a spiritual person. And so downtime for me means plugging into more meditation, more chanting, more time spent walking out in the woods or being in the water. My mental health, my physical health, my spiritual health always comes first for me. That's how I've been able to raise six children by myself, plugging in and plugging myself in first. So I advocate for that always. I've never been one who's going to throw myself into a grind. So I apologize to you for those of you who really enjoy hearing my take on what's going on in the world every week and look forward to them so you can help yourself prepare. But I'm always available for private consultations, and I have been during this time I took off from filming videos. So that's my explanation as to where I've been. Now, I did run a summer special that was running through the end of July, and I'm going to extend that a month because I've been gone. So here's the special. If you host a psychic readings party, i.e., invite your friends and family to gather either in person or online. Zoom parties are also fun. Everyone at the party gets reduced price readings. So my normal rate for readings is $70 for every 15 minutes or $280 an hour. But for these parties, everybody at the party can do a 15-minute reading for $50 or a 30-minute reading for $100. I don't usually do longer than 30-minute readings. at parties. And if there's a lot of people at the party, there's really only time for, 15-minute readings. But if you got a group of your handful of your closest friends or family members, sometimes 30-minute readings, people can do them in front of each other if they're close and want to hear everybody's readings. Most of the time, I'm in a private room doing readings for people. So the same thing can happen on Zoom. We could set up a private outbreak room to do a private reading, or the readings could be conducted in front of everybody. So if you host a reading, here's everybody at the reading gets reduced price readings, and then you earn a free hour reading to use after the party for yourself, for friends, loved ones. You can split it into half and gift 2 different people free 30-minute readings, or do a 30-minute reading for yourself, then gift someone a 30-minute reading. Use the hour for yourself, break it up into 2 readings for yourself. That's what you get. So the summer special, I'm going to extend it through the end of August. Schedule a reading with me by the end of August. Now you can schedule that anytime between now and the end of 2021. So you can, if you want to have me at your Christmas party and have this special going on. So you earn the free reading after the party, but everyone at the reading gets the mini readings, and it needs to be on the calendar scheduled by the end of August to take advantage of this special. So contact me. Again, I'll have contact information below if you'd like to schedule a virtual or in-person psychic readings party. Okay, so just one of the things I wanted to start off with this week, I'm going to just talk about some recent reflections I've had during my time off of what I've just been picking up in general and what's been coming up as common themes and readings this week, in the last couple of weeks. I'm going to go over the transits for the week, and then I'm going to do mini readings for each sign, and I will put the timestamps below as well. So one of the powerful things that I dove into this last week was to do a constellation with my friend and spiritual healer, Logan Sparks. I did an interview with him last year about his work. I'll post the link to that below this video as well. It's just the most powerful work. My father committed suicide. I just had the anniversary of his death. July 28th was 43 years ago when he committed suicide. I was 15 years old. So at that point in my life, I dove into all kinds of therapies and spiritual healing modalities and like all kinds of things over decades. This work, the constellation work that Logan facilitates, is the quickest way to get into deep level things and pull them out and shift them in my life. Like, it's just the most amazing work. And he's the most psychic person I've encountered. He's my best friend too. So anyway, I'll put a link to my interview that I did with him. If you want to know more about his work or how to get in touch with him, I'll put his contact information below as well. So I just had a really powerful session with him this week. And so, I just felt like, yeah, let me re-highlight his work because it's such amazing work. And again, for someone who's just dove into healing work for decades, it's the best stuff I found. I gotta share, don't want to keep that all to myself. All right, so I'm going to share the screen here. And what do I have up here? Share. All right, so I have the chart of the United States of America pulled up, and that's what's inside here. And then the current transits are in green around the outside. So there's some current powerful things that are going on. I'm just going to weave some of those things, the insights that I had coming up, into some of this talk, because I feel like it's going to be bubbling up. I'm going to be jumping back to some of that and just weave it in together here. Okay, so the sun is at 9 degrees. It's about to be 10 degrees of Leo as I record this. And Mercury is at 10 degrees. In fact, I bet if I refresh my screen here, yeah, they're right there. So they're super close in the sky. The sun is like our heart. It's where life is being illuminated right now. And for everyone in Leo is it's the 5th house. Leo represents the 5th house. And so it's our inner child, it's children, it's fun, it's pleasure, it's romance. It's it's the playful child enjoying life at its best. It's our heart going after what it loves, what it's passionate about. Leo's a fire sign, so it's passionate. So the sun and Mercury together is like the heart and the mind coming together. Mercury, it represents our mind, our communication, how we think. And so there's this coming together right now. They've been traveling close together for the last couple of days, and they'll continue kind of hanging out together here in the skies. So it's illuminating. It's a great time to get insight into what makes my heart pump. What am I passionate about? What can I speak up for, right, with myself? So it's super intensive energy. And then across the skies here, it's 10 degrees of Saturn. And Saturn right now is one of the retrograde outer planets. There's this tug of war basically across the skies. Saturn is our rule maker. It's the one that says no, sets the boundaries. It's the stop sign. It's the old, the restrictive. It's maturity, aging. There's other things that Saturn represents, but so it's there's a pull anytime there's something across the skies from each other. So like in a full moon, the sun and the moon are across the skies from each other, which just creates the pull. In this case, it's two planets lining up, teaming up on one side, and Saturn on the other side, retrograde. So these two really win. So but there could be something that gets pulled out, I'm getting, from something deep within, especially because Saturn's retrograde. It's going back, like what needs to be coming up and out. Have you set boundaries for yourself that haven't been following your heart or your head? Boundaries is also like how you form your life, your routine. Saturn here, like your structure, how you do your daily habits. And in Aquarius, it's a lot about how you structure your time with other people, and boundaries with other people in your life. So there can be this like come to Jesus thing going on between what your heart and head. When your heart and head come together, if they get in unity, that's a powerful thing. So this could be where there's a decision made to make changes in how you do things, how you do your relationship. Like this could be a big, aha, I don't want to do this relationship anymore kind of thing going on. Because a realization can happen when the heart can illuminate the mind. We have a tendency in the society to just get up in our heads and be like, think, and the mind is king. And the more degrees that you get, the better you are. And the higher your grades in school, the better person you are, blah, blah, blah. But the problem with that is that the mind is all built around everything. It's like a little computer. It's all been what it's been fed. If it's been fed some good information, well, awesome. If you've been fed some less than great information, like some churches in the Bible Belt will dispense, just restrictive upbringings in general. A lot of that comes from religious backgrounds. There's a restriction coming up in the religion that you were raised in. And so some of this could be having some of this stuff come up. This also because the South Node is in Sag. South Node is our past life karma. It's because in Sag, it's our belief systems. And the North Node over here is in Gemini. So this is real interesting. The North Node and the South Node, again, always opposite the sides. And these are aspects. These aren't like exact. These are like, they're the nodes. They're a point in the sky. They're not a planet themselves. They're like it's a marking. I don't want to go into the details about what comes up with the nodes. But the North Node is basically our teacher, what we're supposed to be learning. And that's collectively on the planet, right? South Node's what we're releasing, what we're letting go of. Since it's in Gemini, this is our head, our thoughts, our thinking. So there's a whole new way of thinking we're being invited to do as the North Node has been moving through Gemini. And as the South Node has been moving through Sag, we've been invited to release old patterns, old belief systems that no longer serve us. Okay. So what's interesting here is the nodes are at 8. What else is at 8? Uranus here in the United States chart. It's in the 7th house, which is the house of relationships. As a country, it's our relationships with, within the country as well, our relationships with each other. Uranus is sudden, unexpected things. It's the pitcher who always throws curveballs. No, not always, because a curveball comes when you least expect it, right? So Uranus, you cannot predict. Uranus is a spiritual teacher. It's the ruler of Aquarius. So if you know any Aquarians, can you predict what they're going to do next? Not likely, unless they have other like stabilizing factors in their chart. Most Aquarians are unpredictable by nature. This is Uranus. So the North Node right now, conjunct the United States Uranus, would predict sudden, unexpected information about our people, each other, other countries. Right? Letting go of what we thought to be true here. Oh, wow. All right. So it's interesting to me right now, what's going on in our country. Like one of the things that's going on is that commission to investigate January 6th, right? January 6th, which happened when Aries here, that when Mars was at its last degree of Aries here. Just a tipping point here. So I feel like this is sudden, unexpected truth reveals, right? People are going to have to let go of things they thought before, unless they're just going to choose to be blind here, because like Uranus forces you to wake up. It's like someone who comes along and slaps you in your face just when you're about to walk out in the street in front of a car or something. This is like a protective, if it takes something away, Uranus can take things away. I had a friend of mine just lost not one, but 2 jobs within 2 days with Uranus in her 2nd house here, where she earns money, sudden unexpected things. I guaranteed her, and that Uranus is going to bring back something better than it's taken away. So if it's taking away at this point, something we've been thinking, a way we've been thinking, it's a huge benefit. And so I feel like that there can be some big ahas with the people in this country for all kinds of reasons, like personal in your own home. It doesn't have to do with politics and what's going on in the major. This is like we the people here. So, and even Gemini's the twins, right? We've got our Mars here in the United States in Gemini. So which way do we take direction? Like the twins go 2 different directions, right? So this is just classic United States. Like this is just our wiring. One of the things that's super powerful right now in the skies is we're having a Pluto return. So Pluto, the transiting Pluto, which has a 250-year cycle, has come back to the point it was in the skies when the United States was first formed. So Pluto in Capricorn represents power and control, the patriarchy. And so Pluto is like a wrecking ball. It always transforms anything it gets into aspect with. And it is not as beneficent always as Uranus will replace it with something good. Pluto just takes it down, man, transforms it. There's an alchemical thing of Pluto that leaves things like Scorpio. Pluto's a ruler of Scorpio, and one of the signs of Scorpio is the phoenix, right? So the phoenix, burns to ashes, then rises up as something else, right? So that's the Pluto energy with something. So we are transforming how the power and control is in our world, right? And in personally, then where power and control issues show up in your life, right? Where Pluto is in your natal chart is where power and control issues are going to be transformed. Like this is where that's where power and control issues will show up. For me, it's in my 12th house. So it's like unconscious, subconscious, past life stuff. Like I've been aware of past life that I've had for decades now. So I've been working not only on cleaning up my childhood traumas and then through constellation work, ancestral lines, and now it's past lives. You know, ever since I had my first past life regression decades ago, um, there's been a transformation. And I think that's what we're here to do for all of us. You know, if you're awake, we're all doing this gig, right? We're growing, we're evolving, we're having ahas, awakenings, so that our soul can grow and evolve, because that's what we get to take with us into next lifetimes, is the evolution of our soul. Anything we've collected, property, children, you know, any things, any people, any folks, none of that goes with us. Only thing that goes with us is if we have we evolved, have we grown in consciousness, right? So that to me is the end game here on this planet. So if we're doing anything, any relationship that brings you growth and insight is a great relationship. Any work that helps evolve you, you know, is great. Now, if you find yourself stuck, stagnant, having the same repeated experience over and over and over and over, so get yourself out of this power control rut, because that's what it is down deep, you know, and start something new. So we've got great energy for instigation of starting things new in the skies, because squaring Pluto over here is Aries, and she don't play. She'll come, and she was not invited to the wedding back in the day, and she came and let everybody know and got everybody at the wedding's attention anyway. So this is someone, Aries stands up for rights, like, you can't do that for me. No, 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 you can't do that. Pluto over here is death and transformation. So there's a whole lot of this energy. This backdrop started last year. It's continuing. This square is going on. So astrology doesn't predict things any more than the weather forecast predicts things. It just shows you when conditions are ripe for things, right? So Uranus and Saturn are squaring off all year long. They never get out of a square. They get more exact. We had an exact square in February when everything shut down here in Texas. And that was sudden unexpected things, weather, you know, shutdowns, power grids, you know, the government in Texas not being for the people, not getting it right here, sudden unexpected things, you know, that was a cost. We had a softer square off over the summer. We'll have the final square exact at the end of December of this year. Another powerful thing right now, we've got Jupiter retrograde in the skies right now. So we've got the United States moon, and the moon in astrology is the people. So the people here are in Aquarius. We've got evolved people here in America. 27 is an evolutionary degree. 2, I feel. 7, I'm intuitive. So the people in our country are super intuitive and psychic. You know, with, you know, if a client had 27 degrees moon in Aquarius, I said, ooh, you're a psychic, you know. And so the people in our country are very intuitive. Jupiter here had gone up into Pisces a couple degrees, and it's a retrograde now. It is at 29 degrees now. It'll back right over United States. I mean, it's already two degrees off, which is so Jupiter expands things, right? So it's expanding the power of the people. It's also expanding everyone's intuition right now, like super, like people who aren't even usually finding themselves intuitive are like, oh my goodness, I got this hit. And that's what I call when things happen, like all of a sudden Sammy crosses my brain, and then 2 minutes later Sammy texts me, and I'm like, okay, I picked up on that. I must have picked up on Sammy's idea to text me, right? So this Jupiter can heighten the intuition for everybody right now. And it's across the skies, another tug of war. Since Mars has moved into Virgo, it's lessening, but there's been a tug of war between Jupiter expanding how we take actions. And so Virgo rules our physical health, our physical body. So Mars going into Virgo, and Venus is already there. is encouraging everybody to focus on health, diet, nutrition. Summertime tends to do that anyway. People get in their bathing suits, they're like, OMG, what have I done to myself? But it's easier to get your physical body in groove anytime we have planets going through Virgo. It makes it easier. Here's an interesting thing. So United States has our Neptune in Virgo at 22 degrees. Neptune in Virgo is an attention to health. Breakdown breakthrough is 22. So what do we have? A lot of people in the United States not listening to their intuition, breaking, and what is things break down in their life? In their health, because they don't listen to intuition, right? So just simply listening to your intuition when it comes to how to care for your body and not overriding that is one of the lessons that we've all come in here as Americans to learn. I'm just saying that. I didn't get that before now, but that's coming up. That's very cool. What I meant to talk about was across the skies, exactly opposite. Talk about a tug of war is a Neptune in Pisces, the transiting Neptune at what? 22 degrees. Okay, so an exact opposition over here going on. Neptune in Pisces. Neptune's a psychic radar. Okay, on a positive side, Neptune is our spiritual connection. It's our psychic connection. Here's another thing that's been expanding our intuition is ever since Neptune came into Pisces, its home sign, psychic intuition has been heightened. That's a positive. Spiritual, people wanting to get spiritual, people getting back to their spiritual paths. I'm going to meditate more now. Like, I missed my meditation time. I missed my chanting time. I'm going to check out this new yoga class. They have a great, da, 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 da. So these are all things that can tune us in, right? On a downside, Neptune can be delusion, illusion, nebulous thinking, like, what? I can't see clearly, especially in Pisces, the slippery fish. So on a downside, Pisces is a super spiritual planet on the positive side. It's the 12th sign of the zodiac. It's the evolutionary, it's the master. On one hand, we have learned everything there is to know, and we can be a master with Pisces. It can also be the slippery fish, two different fish going different directions, right? And so it can just be wiggy. It can be, Neptune in Pisces can be mucus, right? Health, especially opposed to the United States here in Virgo, health. What are we having right now in the United States? A friggin' health crisis. This is one of the ways this aspect is showing up. And how long has this been going on, you might ask? Well, it started into, I'll actually pull up. This is 2022's chart, 2020. Okay, so Neptune, this is the glyph for Neptune. This may be, let me enlarge this, may be really hard to see. Okay, so this is the glyph for Neptune, and this is January 20. Okay, so Neptune, no, here's Neptune. This is Uranus. This is Neptune. So Neptune's been in Pisces. It was in Pisces already. So it's already in this psychic, soupy, spiritual stuff, right? It's already opposed to United States Neptune at 22 degrees, because anything within some psychics say 10-degree orb, 7 degrees is when you really start feeling it. And then the closer it gets, 3, 4, 2, 1, you really start feeling it. But by the end of January, it's at 17, right? Closer into the opposition. By February of last year, it's at 7. It goes into 18 degrees, right? It's getting close. Now it's in a 4-degree opposition with the Neptune, the United States Neptune, that's sitting over there at 22 degrees in Virgo. Okay. Right. You know how this story goes. We go into March, it gets into 19 degrees. And that's when we shut down here in Texas, was at the end of March, right? This is now we're at 3 degrees off in opposition with the United States Neptune, right? And here in April, gets to 20 degrees. In May, it got to, it goes retrograde in June of 2020. And then it goes back to 19 September. We start feeling like, okay, that's when, right, we start getting excited about, okay, 18, start feeling a little left off. November 18, it starts turning back. So then here we are in 2021. Neptune is 18, 19. All right. February, it goes up to 20. March, it's in 20. Here in April, that's when it went to 22, right? Yeah, you know, May. So here, let me just show you how long this continues. How about that? All right. It stays within an opposition. By the end of the year, it's a 20, still opposition. I've even brought up 2022 here. Whereas Neptune, as we start, Neptune's at 20, still opposite. United States Neptune goes to 21. Here it is, exactly opposite. So February 2022. So people ask me, how long do I think this virus thing's going to be continuing? This is what I look at. This is what I'm looking at right now anyway, is the Neptune opposite United States Neptune. I mean, we're setting the trend for the rest of the world, but here in the United States anyway, this is how it's going. I don't know how it would be going in other planets, in other countries. I haven't looked at theirs, but it starts moving out by May, it's, moving to 25. Okay, we start getting more breathing room. Nope, then it goes retrograde in June, back to 24, still within 2 degrees, 23, so within 1 degrees. October 2022 is November 2022, it's back to 22, exactly opposite United States Neptune. So I think we're dealing with some health stuff for a long time to come. By the end, December 2022, so it stays at this 2020, like this looks like when it'd be crisis time. November through December of 2022, looks like there's some major health crisis potentiality happening. Also, there's also the opportunity for people really getting it together with their health. That's the other end of the pendulum. If you take the positives of this opposition and pull from the strengths of, let me go back to the charts here, the strengths of the fact that we've got Neptune and Virgo. If you listen to your intuition, if you're doing good things with your health, if you're taking the opportunity with Mars in Virgo, making it easier. Mars is like, let's go, let's get it done. Venus is what we love. It should be the easiest time. If you can't do it now, geez Louise, heaven help you, really. Because this is when we have the energy. And with the Sun and Mercury and Leo, we have more energy, right? So we've got the energy, and the planets are a big kiss here for helping you get your health stuff together right now. Just saying. So that's the positive on the planets that I'm seeing. Okay, so here's the big news for the week. By 8/8 next Sunday, 1 week from today, the sun will have gone, through another, it'll be at 15 degrees of Leo. We have a new moon, which means the moon will also be there, right? So this 8/8 is called the Lionsgate portal. Right. So it's every year, no matter what's going on astrologically, 8/8 is a powerful portal day. It's when there's a lineup astrologically. The fact that there's a new moon exactly conjunct the 8/8 portal makes it, new moons are about new beginnings, planting new seeds. There's also this powerful endings energy because of insights that you're having this week, really, and Uranus is bringing in, let me see what we got. Where's my Uranus and Taurus? Here. Okay. We're going to be having a trine. We're going to use the sudden unexpected energy connecting over here with Venus this week, which produces, this can bring benefit. It can bring a sudden unexpected love interest. It can bring sudden unexpected job offers or any, opportunities to do things you love. Venus, what you love, who you love. How you receive energy. Money can come in unexpectedly with this trine, right? That's for everybody. So, and that's a nice kiss this week. So there can be sudden unexpected things going on. We've got a more disconcerting square energy going on with the Uranus and Saturn. So Uranus is sudden unexpected. Saturn likes it all stuck. Here's what's the plan. So nobody's really been able to stick to what you planned very well this year. Like, it's kind of near impossible. So that's why it's like, it's okay to go with the flow. It's okay to take some time off. It's okay to step back, rethink, or actually better not to think, right? That's what I think. That's what I not only, but I think I believe. Another interesting aspect I'm just going to point out right now is our lovely asteroid Juno is at 8 degrees also of Sag, conjunct the South Node. So Juno is the good wife in astrology. She's the wife of Zeus, who put up with him sleeping with all the other women. She'd go and slay their children, however. Like she was loyal as they came. She never left his ass because of it. So in astrology, it could represent in a chart what kind of person you like to have as a partner, right? Wife, husband, same thing, right? So the South Node is past life energy, what we're letting go of. This is another reason why, with the Sun Mercury conjunction, there's a trine energy going on here with Juno in the South Node. And it could be two things. It can be like especially with Venus and Uranus trining, it could be your person comes in. It could also be, this is not my person, I need to let them go. Really, either sides of the pendulum can happen quite easily and powerfully this week. You could, like, heads up, if you're looking for a partner, you might very well run smack dab into them this week with the planets looking the way they are. Also this week, the homework assignment, and I can just stop sharing now. So this week, the homework assignment would be to get ready for the new moon. That's going to be next Sunday. What new things do you want to begin? What areas of life do you need to begin to take care of yourself in better ways around? What kind of new structures can you implement with yourself? I suggest regular commitments to meditation, chanting, prayer practices, whatever grounds you, takes you out of the frenetic energy and the pulse of the collective. To get out of, we're naturally drawn to whatever energy is being put out there in the collective, right? So what came up in themes this week were soul retrieval. It came up in my own constellation where I'd left pieces of myself behind, and to retrieve them back through traumatic experiences I experienced growing up, but also through relationships that I just let a piece of myself go along with the relationship that ended. So it's come up. I heard another astrologer talk about retrieving pieces back to you when I listened to her work this week. Shout out to Molly. I'm going to put a link to her recent video too. Molly McCord is, people ask me, who do I follow? Christopher Witecki and Molly McCord are my two favorite psychics, astrologers that I follow. Molly's my sister. Christopher just moved here to Austin. We need to meet Christopher. So there's a soul retrieval energy that I feel it's came up in a couple times with readings this week with clients where, so I want to invite everyone to, in meditation, pull yourself back from any places where you have left yourself behind, whether that's in traumatic experiences in the past or chunks of your heart left behind in people that have crossed, or relationships that have ended in whatever form or fashion. Retrieve pieces of yourself back, right? Retrieve them back. So that's the suggestion I have for everyone this week in meditation, is to retrieve, pull it back, bring it back in, bring your soul back in, get yourself in a whole piece. Quiet the mind enough to listen to the intuition, because this mind that we've been fed and it's been stuffed with stuff our whole lives can be the biggest block to channeling, right? For the intuition to come through. And I literally feel it coming into the top of my head when I channel. I will often have goosebumps on my face, down my arms as well. Like it's like an energy that I feel just download. When I'm being empathic, I feel it in my body, a message. I'll feel what's going on for somebody in my physical body. Like if someone's having a headache, I may start having a slight headache in different places. And wherever I start having is usually where they're having the headache, or like I start feeling my stomach start feeling weird, or like I have a chest thing going on. Like I start feeling in my body what's going on for them. I could probably work on developing that and into a medical intuitive thing as strongly as I get it. Maybe in the future. Right now there's enough things I'm juggling. So I have to clear my energies. I have to do something that pulls me up out of the collective. So when I found my spiritual path of chanting in 1984, that right away helped lift me to the highest aspect of myself, raised my life condition. So we need tools to raise ourselves up out of the collectives if you're sensitive, which if you're listening to this, I guarantee you probably are. If you're still following me, you are an empath, you're a sensitive, you're a psychic. We all have psychic abilities. That's where the psyched up name comes from. Like, just, it's about removing the blocks to being able to access what your intuition, what your higher self is guiding, how it's leading you. And it often will show up in the physical body. But if you're mistreating your physical body by shoving food or drinks or alcohol or drugs or whatever that your body does not tolerate well, you're going to block your ability to get a clear signal, right? So just a shout out to health with the Virgo energy. All right, so I'm gonna take a swig of my sparkling water and we'll move on to readings for all 12 signs, and we'll start off with Aries. All righty, my fellow Aries. And just do one card readings. That's all you get tonight. All righty. Ooh, and the sun comes out. Aries, it's good news time. Yay. This is source. This is source energy. This is plugging into the source of all things. Whatever you want to call that, source is one of my favorite words. God's not one of my favorite words. The universe, energy itself, life itself, love itself, is the source, right? So this is about plugging in to the highest aspect of yourself. You are not your physical body. You are not your ego, right? You are not what your mind thinks about everything. You're so much bigger, so much vaster than that. This is a time for you to recognize who you are, Aries. Like, let your inner light out and shine. When you're in your true element, you are shiny. You're a fire sign. You shine. So this is a week to shine, right? It can be your week. Follow where your heart leads, right? What brings you joy? What makes you smile, right? At the thought of it, okay, right? Move towards that. Move towards the things that bring you joy. Move towards the things that make you smile. Move towards the things that make you feel deeply safe because you know you're in the middle of a warm containing fire, right? I got this image in meditation this morning of the Divine Mother coming in and just bringing the most exquisite, like a mother who's holding a newborn baby, right? The divine feminine, just loving in the most unconditionally goddess energy. And then the divine masculine coming in with this strong, I'm there for you, support, I love you, I believe in you, but that male energy. It was just lovely sitting and basking in that energy this morning, and that image that came to me intuitively. So I invite you to do that in meditation too, Aries. Invite the divine feminine and masculine into your life. And I guarantee if you do that in a full way, you will not feel like you're missing anything in your life. Okay. Taurus. Okay. Got the schizophrenia, Tauruses. You do have Uranus in your sign. It has been rough for you guys. I'm going to give it to you. Okay, so schizophrenia does not mean you're cray cray. it means you feel divided down the middle. You feel split. This is often the time when you need to make a decision. You have to decide between this or that. And you feel stressed. I'm not sure. Do I do this? Do I do that? It can also come up as a time to have a separation. I need to move away from you. It can be indicate a move in a reading. Like the person asks if they're going to move. If this comes up, yeah, you're going to move. You're going to separate yourself away from what you're doing now into something completely new. So there's a new beginning energy that's here. And the schizophrenia, you only go crazy if you think too much about it. You have to drop into the gut, drop into your intuition, allow your intuition to guide the decision making process. Some things are logical, rational. Some things you can just make a list. Here are the pros, here are the cons, and look at it objectively. Which list is longer? Sometimes it can be that simple. When it comes to relationships, sometimes it's really that simple, Taurus. What are the pros of this relationship? What are the cons? Look at it objectively. Taurus is like to know what to expect. They like things black and white, right? You want to see, it's when you can't see clearly that you do go cray cray. So I feel like you need to like stop all the trying to figure it out, take your head off, meditate, just drop into your gut, ask your heart, what do I want? What brings me joy? Or if you need to, make a list and then look at it objectively. And there's your answer. Okay. All right. Gemini. Gemini, this is a decision-making week, I'm feeling. With the 8, with the North Node and at 8, Gemini, it's about making decisions. The Patience card is coming right now. So there's something you're in the process of, and you have to wait. It's not time yet, but just like the pregnant woman, look at this woman. She's very peaceful. She knows that baby's going to get here. It's going to be all good. It's going to be a big, healthy baby. And she doesn't you don't want the baby to come at 7 months. You want that baby to come at 9 months. Even though, you're looking forward, you're eager to what that new baby and this could be symbolic. Mostly it's symbolic, Geminis. New baby can be a new job. It could be a new relationship. It can be a new home, new ventures. So Gemini, you got something percolating that has not shown up yet, but it's okay. It will. It absolutely will. And will absolutely show up at the right time. And so you just breathe deeply and often. And I can tell you, as a woman who birthed 6 babies, the key to a beautiful, easy birth is the breath. It really is. And it's not so much the trained Lamaze breathing, it's really being able to just let completely go and rest between contractions. That's what I learned. So if you are pregnant and you're headed towards a birth, Gemini, then, call me. The key is you get a break between every contraction. So the same is true with life. Like we're not always in this contracted state, right? We do get a break. So if you're in a contracted state now, know that a break is coming next. And then really enjoy the break. If you got a break coming, don't worry if there's not another contraction coming, there's not something else coming. That baby's coming, right? So enjoy what there is to enjoy. Breathe through everything else. That's what I say. All right. Let me go to Cancers. I have several Cancers I know that have been traveling. So Cancers usually like to stay home. So when Cancers get out and get on the road, they can do that around their birthdays, I think. Around the birthday energy, they can get mobile. Kind of the rest of the time, Cancers often just want to stay put. So, and so if I have to move, if I have to travel a lot, Cancers don't like travel jobs. Usually Cancers don't sign up for travel gigs unless, I don't know. It's just not usual. It's a generalization, but all right. Participation card, Cancer. So this is working together with others. So there's something requiring you to get in groove with other people. It feels like there's a nice groove. And the number 4 stands up, so it may literally be 4 people involved. This could even just be a family. It could be a friend joining in with a family. But it's definitely knowing that you've got everything that you need, and it's about balance. 4s are about balance. 4s are also about breakdown and breakthrough. But this card feels positive because you do have support. You have spiritual support, you have physical support, you have people willing to give a hand. I'm really noticing the hands here in the center here. I don't know if you can see that well here. Get the glare where it's, anyway, it's kind of hard. On my little MacBook Air that I bought on Craigslist is what I record this on. Okay, so the hands, Cancers. Okay, so help. There's like you're receiving help, you're giving help. There's also a healing hands energy. There's green hands, money's coming in. Water, hands in water, hands are on fire, hands are on metal. There's something about the elements, Cancer, too, like making sure that you have all the different elements you need. And I'm getting metals. So I don't know if there's some Cancers that have like some heavy metals in your system. And it could show up as a weird taste on your tongue. So I'm getting that from a Cancer has like some metallic. And so you may need to go and get your metals checked and see if you don't have, you might been exposed to some toxic metals that you're unaware of. So anyway, that's jumping out there. Anything else for the Cancers? I gotta know. Okay. Leo. Birthday children. It's also your birthday month. So, I mean, Cancer just had their birthdays. It's Leo's time now. So happy birthday. If you're a Leo having a birthday, the friendliness card is coming up. I think Leos are learning how to be good friends. Like there's some issue about knowing how to support other people and like giving and receiving and realizing it takes others. And this is also could just be the beautiful bonds of friendship, but also could be friendships within a deeper relationship, friendship within a business relationship, friendship within a family relationship. There's like, this is 2 people that are different, 2 trees that are different colors, but yet there's a commingling going on, right? There's something that is more beautiful, the fact that there's 2 of them standing there together, right? So working with others, letting someone else help you, being a team player, caring about someone else, listening. Leo's kind of, you guys want people to listen to you. You're not always so great about listening to others. So, be a good friend, is what I feel this week, Leos, and realize that you have good friends. So appreciate your friends. There's a strong emphasis on friendships this week, Leo. So you may be asked to help a friend this week. I'd say do it, even if you may not want to. All right. Virgos. This wig here. All righty, Virgos. Oh, I'm sorry. The suffering card is the suppression card is coming up for Virgo. So this is like some issues coming up, deep stuff. This is like depression. This is the card that represents depression. This is like feeling tied up, like, oh my God, feeling guilty, feeling like I can't make it through this. Like I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Oh my God, just like, you got to focus on the light there. You got to go to the light. Like if you, like, there's a way to drop these chains. But it is seeing through spiritual. Like there is some heavy stuff. I'm going to give it to you. There's some heavy stuff on you right now. So just this too shall pass. breathe deeply, breathe into, I'm going to recommend Pema Chodron meditation for you guys. Tonglen, which is about going into the negative feelings. And I'll put a link to her underneath here too. But it's really like going into the feelings, breathing in fully, and then breathing out like peace, and I just feel like you need to like just unlock by some deep breath work this week. If you want to do some rebirthing with me this week, I'd be happy to help you. It just feels like there's some like need to unlock some stuff, and to just be, and you're on the verge. This is like the darkness before the dawn period. So you're just right there. You're just exhausted. There's just like, I'm so tired of this. And it feels like it could be grief too. So grief goes through stages. The bottom line, whatever is causing the heaviness right now, it's not going to last forever. And it may be concerned about someone else that's making you heavy. You may be fine, and it may be someone else, and just like, whatever it is, breathe the Tonglen out for them as well. Like I said, I'm going to put a link. I'll just put her name and you can Google her. She's got lots of information out there on YouTube and books she's written. She's a Tibetan Buddhist monk who just is become my spiritual teacher over the years of reading her works. And I've never met her in person, but that's how inspiring her books are. Just saying. Okay, so Libras. Ooh, the projection card. This is when you have an encounter with someone and neither one of you do real well in what you toss on each other, and like, or it's also when someone dumps their stuff onto you, but it's usually happening mutual. There's usually some aspect that's going on that's mirroring either what you'll accept, like if someone is abusing you verbally and you stay in a relationship like that, even though you are constantly defending yourself against their false accusations. Okay, there's a part of you that needs to step away. You can't keep blaming the other person for doing the same thing if you're suiting up and showing up in the same situation over and over and over again. There's something within you that's hooking you there. So there's a projection energy that's usually mutual when it's going on. And usually what keeps you hooked is blaming the other person on both sides, right? There's a blame game going on. And sometimes you see something better in the other person that's actually there. Sometimes you see something worse, right? But the truth is you're not seeing someone clearly. So something's going on, literally, Libras, in your life where you're not seeing something in your environment more clear. I'm going to draw a second card with that and here's the Creator card. So this is about manifesting what you want. So if you're not seeing what you want, don't stay there, basically. It's like, blah, no to this, yes to, I can manifest what I want. I can draw in an energy of someone who sees me clearly, who gets me, who loves me unconditionally, who thinks I'm fabulous, who's into my soul and my spirit and my heart, not just my physical body. This is all the wrong things. This is all the right things. You can choose, Libra, this week. Say no to the crappy crap. Say yes to the good stuff. That's basically what I see for Libras this week. Okay, Scorpios. You're next. All right. The receptivity card. Openness to new things, just feeling like some breath of fresh air, expansion. Maybe you've done something outside the box. It just feels like Scorpios are feeling pretty good. There's the lotus flower here opening. There's like downloads coming into your crown chakra. There's some sexy stuff going on. Could be some great sensual energy going on. Scorpios love that. Not the rest of us don't, but yeah, Scorpios, you're the kind of king and queens of that passionate energy. There's, the body, the water back here too. So there could be some trips around water, or just maybe you're soaking in the tub more, drinking more water. It is hot out there in most places. I'm also really drawn to this energy here, this pattern in the middle. I feel like there's some I'm getting a hit that there's something that's been like underneath your nose, that there's like a jewel. It's like the jewel. There's a Buddhist parable about the jewel in the robe, where this poor guy has this robe and he's spent the night at this rich guy's house, and he sews into his robe this like priceless jewel. And then he sees the guy, years later, and he's like surprised he's in the same state. What'd you do with the jewel? What jewel? He didn't realize he was carrying along this priceless jewel the whole time. And I kind of feel like that, Scorpio, there's a story that's related that relates to you somehow. There's a priceless jewel that is lying unbeknownst to you, very, very close. So be open to what that could be for you. Okay. Sag. Another fire sign, Sages. Ooh, the past life card. You guys could be one of the ones that has this past life new person come into your life, especially because this Juno South Node conjunction is in your sun. So you could very easily have someone from the past come in. Now, I will also give you the heads up. Just because you see someone you're like, I know you, does not mean that they could be good for you, because you can recognize someone in a past life. If they feel familiar, they could have been very, very bad to you in a past life, and karmic patterns carry over lifetimes. Okay, so we're looking for the karmic pattern where your soul feels peaceful. So even though you might get that jolt right from the start, please take your time over the next spin around the sun. Take a year or two to make your final determination that this is your soul partner, but you could very well see them show up this week, Sagittarius. I bet there's at least a few of you that do. Yes. I hope one of my girlfriends that's a Sag has her person show up this week. I'm just going to put a special shout out for my girl, Beth. Okay. Capricorn. I felt there's something about the weather. Maybe you're just ready for the heat to be over. You're wanting the winter or something. It's your birthday time. You're ready for your birthday time. But there's something about the Capricorns where there is some sort of culmination. And you're starting something now that's going to be culminated around your birthdays. The no thingness card then confirms that what I was just getting, because the no thingness card is just a blank. It's black. It's just a black canvas. You could paint on this whatever you want. Blank canvas. It's a new beginning. The no thingness. There's nothing here. Like whatever has happened from the past, erase it from your mind, your psyche. Like you have a new beginning. You can start something new, Capricorns. Whatever's gone down can be over, and there can be a new beginning. But the new beginning, like I said, may not culminate fully until the end of the year. But there's something powerful beginning right now for you guys, Capricorns. So get clear about what you want for your life. This would be a great time to do some vision boards on a clear, poster board, cut out things out of magazines, or write, paint, draw your own where you get a vision for what it is that you want for your life right now. This is a great week for anybody to do vision boards this week with the new moon and the 8/8 portal coming up. But you guys get clear, Capricorns. All righty. Aquarius. All righty. You guys have probably been restructuring your lives a lot. You've been hit hard by this Saturn Uranus square this year. It's been rough. I'm sorry. It'll get better. Sharing card. This is like getting out of your own stuff and helping somebody else. It's not about you. It's about like thinking about who has gifted you with things. Like this is about gratitude. This is about offering. This is about mother. It's the mother energy. It's showing up for mother. It's, bringing the light, appreciating, who's fed you, who's clothed you, who's raised you, who's, worked hard to be sunshine in your life. There's a crown here. There's a strong goddess energy here. Even for Aquarian men, this is about you getting in touch with your divine feminine self and what you have to offer the world and who has offered things to you. Have you been appreciative to everything that you have gotten from other people? I feel like there's an opportunity here to show appreciation maybe where you haven't, to gift someone else, to shed the light on someone else. You have something to offer, something new to offer, as well, Aquarians. So, yeah. Be the light, I'm hearing. And Pisces. I should write my own song about each sign. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Great idea. Okay, Pisces. It's been hard. You guys are so sensitive. It's been rough out there for so long. I think every single Pisces I know is an empath. And so when the whole world is struggling, you guys are struggling. You have to do spiritual practices. You have to get out and exercise, move your body, and like get out in the woods, get in the water, get over the stress. You cannot keep doing this to yourself. Watch it. I mean, I'm serious. Call health. Pisces, come on now. You could be putting yourself to a point of having a stroke. Some of you are really taking it way too far. So if you've been getting a hit, you should go to the doctor. Take your butt to the doctor. Do not ignore any health signs this week, Pisces. Big time. No. And if it's people in your life that are doing this, move away from them too, right? You don't have to juggle everything at once, right? Write it all down. Get it out of your head. I just feel like it's like what? Take them, write them down. Get it out of your head. Write it out. Right? Journaling for the Pisces would be really great. Or just even, I'm seeing the magnets that are words, right? You can put on just take them out, reconfigure. You need space in your brain, Pisces. No thinking is what is really, I see the recipe, because it doesn't take much to stress you guys out. So you know what brings you to peace. Do those things for yourself. You guys are wise. Pull out the bath salts, climb in the tub, right? Take the walk, drink more water, do the basics, go to sleep on time. If you've been sleeping too much, don't. I think there's come on now. Some of this is basic health stuff. There's nothing new I could tell you that you don't already know. Just love yourself. This is about loving yourself, okay? If you were your own child, what would you want for yourself? Right? Maybe that could be helpful. Or if it was your best friend, what would you want for them? Suggestions. Anyway, love yourself. Okay, that's all I get, I think. Please like my video, subscribe to my page if you haven't already, share it with your friends, make comments. Love to hear your feedback. And you will see me here next week on Psyched Up Sundays at the 8 Lionsgate.